come today. Time has come today.
Okay, everybody, it's August 13th, 2017. It's currently 9:09 p.m. and this is the Arctic Truth. So what I'm going to talk about all in this video is basically just what's happening with North Korea. And I know they already announced this like 2 days ago, but they're planning on a preemptive strike, or at least a test, near the waters of the territory of Guam. Now, if you do not know what Guam is basically a strategic island which is placed very close to the Philippine Islands, and it's actually 2,000 miles away from North Korea, a good striking distance for B-52 bombers and even B-1s. So considering that Guam is the same as Hawaii, a definitely very important strategic asset. In fact, it's actually home to 4 nuclear submarines there, and that's definitely a big deal. So, as we already heard from the president, there was already talk of if North Korea ever tries to launch its missiles or threaten the United States, there will be met with fire and fury, and they will retaliate it with, if possible. This actually, while I admit it is very scary, considering that this has the potential to start a war with North Korea, even though it would possibly be the North Koreans who would be the ones who would actually throw the first punch. I still think that this would be a win-win situation for us, whether or not they actually fire the missile at Guam or not. Now, I say that considering I looked at Styx Hexenhammer's video on basically what he looked at North Korea. He basically talked about with how if the North Koreans decide not to use the missiles, this would actually be a diplomatic failure on Kim Jong-un's part and actually would show weakness. This would be very different, considering that Trump is actually the one who's standing up, threatening back at the DPRK. This is a big deal because no other president has to use this kind of language before Donald Trump ever took the presidency. This is important. This would actually become one of Donald Trump's political victories, especially in foreign policy. That would be huge and definitely would give him a good approval rating, and definitely would show a strength in the United States. Secondly, and this is if United States is attacked by North Korea, obviously there's going to be a preemptive strike. We're going to attack the missile bases and other naval ports and other resources that the North Koreans have, which might actually target South Korea, Japan, or the United States. This would include several of their own Navy boats, a few missile bases where some of them would actually have nukes, a few aircraft, and some airfields, and also some of the artillery pieces that would actually be aiming currently right now at the capital Seoul of South Korea, and also other parts of the country of South Korea. So considering that, this would actually be a big win, because it will be the North Koreans who would have to deal with the fallout the most. And obviously we're not having good relationships with them, but considering that would actually show again that the United States has the upper hand and is using power and strength to actually enforce the resolutions of the United Nations, especially with stopping North Korea from possibly launching a nuclear missile in the mainland United States. Not just Alaska or Hawaii or even Guam, but actually on this continent where I am right now. And I bet you might be thinking that China might get involved in that sort of thing. that would, I admit that would be a very reasonable concern. But they've actually made a statement saying that if North Korea launches the first strike, they will remain neutral. But if America launches the first strike, they will intervene on North Korea's behalf. This is definitely important because this is definitely leaving a decision on what will happen in the region to North Korea, whether it wants war or peace. And basically, each choice carries its consequences. Would Kim Jong-un go through war, leading to many people dying? Or will he choose peace and then show that he is actually not as strong as he thinks? That is definitely a big area. And considering that, this will put the United States in a win-win position. Something that something that we rarely have seen in a while. And especially in terms of foreign policy, because as we already know, North Korea has been threatening us, and we haven't really threatened them back with anything, and even if we did, we tend to stand down. So this is definitely going to be a major situation that will develop. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm thinking that considering with in the past that North Korea has never fulfilled on its threats, like the pussies that they are, that they won't actually launch a nuke. I think there will be peace in the region, but it will definitely affect North Korea badly, way badly. And yeah, I think that this will actually affect Donald Trump in a very good way. I mean, there is a lot of publicity over this besides what has happened in Charlottesville. But yeah, if we are in the position of a win-win situation, just like Sticks Hexenhammer said, and I will have to agree with him on that. I will say that if North Korea decides to do anything else, even though we try to strike them, their artillery, their missiles, their navy and stuff, it lead to a preemptive strike, and that they do send troops to South Korea, I think it is in our best duty to actually send as much troops as possible in order to stop the North Koreans. Hell, maybe even try to help the South Koreans take back their own country and to finally reunite the peninsula. I mean, I have no problems with reuniting the peninsula. I understand with his libertarian beliefs that he doesn't want to do anything else more, and also that he has kind of good reasoning because the North Koreans are indoctrinated with this thinking that all Americans are evil. But considering that South Korea is our ally, I don't think that we should simply sit on the sidelines with just the Air Force and the Navy doing the work. I think either way, we're gonna be involved with this even on the land somehow, with our Navy with our Marines and our Army also doing some of the fighting, especially up in North Korea. So that's all I have for today. Please post, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also share and like this video. My name is Noah Meehan from the Arc of Truth.